This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Time right now is 4:27 here on your Tuesday morning. We want to thank you for starting your day with us here on RTV6. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Bear. We begin with the story we've been following for almost a year now. The woman accused of hitting 3 children as they walked to their school bus is starting her trial today.
Yeah, this is up in Fulton County in northern Indiana, and you probably remember that a girl and her 2 younger twin brothers were out waiting at the bus stop, and they were crossing the street to get on the bus, the lights flashing on the bus, when this woman here you see on your screen hit and killed them. This has prompted several changes in state laws when it comes to bus stops and safety, and police taking more action, sitting on buses and seeing if they can catch people who are violating those stop arms. So this was a big story, and we're going to be learning more today, and our own Kelsey Anderson is actually up in Fulton County this morning to get all the latest for you.
And speaking of things happening on the roadways, INDOT will be inspecting all of their snowplows. Do not worry, there is not snow in the forecast. They just want to get ahead of things before that snow falls here in central Indiana.
Yeah, that season where they use the snow plows, usually between mid-November and mid-March, but you never know, it depends on Mother Nature, so they want to make sure that everything is in tip-top shape before we start this season, so they're going to be inspecting those today. So if you see any out on the roads, they're just doing some tests. That's what they're doing. So we do want to talk about what we can expect in the weather, though, and this week looks pretty nice, Alyssa.
Yeah, so we've had a really nice start to the week. We are starting a little cool this morning. Those temperatures in the 40s. As we head through the afternoon, we're going to see another pleasant day, but by the evening and overnight, that's when we have the changes coming in. This morning, as you step out the door, a little cool to start. Temperatures in the 40s. This afternoon will climb into the low 70s. We are going to see some gusty winds throughout the day, and that's just as a cold front moves in. That will bring us the potential of overnight showers and thunderstorms, and then it's going to leave us much cooler for most of the rest of the week. Those temperatures are not going to be quite as warm as we are today.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Here in Hiring Hoosiers, we want to talk to you about a nonprofit organization that's helping Hoosiers with disabilities land their dream jobs. We told you yesterday about Erskine Green and what they're doing to help employees, and this organization is also helping people with the job search process, with the hiring process, and beyond. Amanda Starantino is going to introduce us to some people that use this service and talk to you a little bit more about how you can get involved and how this is helping people get hired who maybe have to get over a roadblock or a barrier to land a job. We'll have that story plus more news, weather, and your traffic coming up right here on Good Morning Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Coming up on Good Morning Indiana, a woman accused of hitting and killing 3 children at their Fulton County bus stop a year ago is set to stand trial today. We have the latest on the case.
And this morning, a man is in custody after stabbing his mother to death. How a shooting led to his arrest.
Plus, work is set to start today to keep Ann dancing. What is being done to save the Maps app icon? 4:30 on your Tuesday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Meredith Bear.
And I'm Lauren Casey. We have Alyssa Donovan with us here this morning talking about your forecast. You'll need to grab that jacket before you head out the door today.
So you'll need it this morning. You can ditch it by the afternoon because those temperatures are once again going to be just a little bit above average. We're starting with those clear skies this morning, helping us cool way down overnight. We're starting in the 40s at most spots, 44 degrees in Indianapolis right now. A few 30s on the map, though. 38 degrees in Crawfordsville, 36 in Greencastle. So a cool start. We are going to warm quickly today, though, and that's because we have clear skies, and those clear skies are going to stick with us at least for the first half of the day. But then we do have some changes moving in overnight. We have a cold front approaching, and what's going to happen is that's going to start by building in just a little bit of cloud coverage by this afternoon ahead of that front. By the early evening, we could see a stray shower for areas to the north, and then a better chance of seeing showers and some thunderstorms overnight tonight, but they are moving very quickly, so likely they will be out of the area by tomorrow morning. All that activity happening overnight while you're sleeping. Then we are going to see some cooler temperatures behind that for the next couple days before we start to warm back up into the 70s by the weekend. Today, we're starting in the 40s this morning. this morning, mostly clear skies. Those clouds increase throughout the day. Temperatures will be into the low 70s this afternoon.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much for keeping a close eye on traffic this morning. Let's take a look right now on the northwest side of town where we have some ongoing road work. Lanes blocked this morning. You can see it looks like it's down to one lane here. You can see the orange barrels in the middle of the road. So just use caution on I-65 really in both directions, northbound and southbound here on the northwest side. We'll keep an eye out for any delays, but right now it's all moving along up to speed. Taking a turn over to the east side, I-465 near East 16th Street. Traffic here is traveling just fine this morning. We'll keep an eye out for any crashes and keep you updated throughout the day. Well, the woman accused of hitting and killing 3 children at their bus stop up in northern Indiana is set to go on trial this morning.
It has almost been 1 year since the crash killed 9-year-old Olivia Stahl and her twin brothers, 6-year-olds Mason and Xavier Engel in Fulton County. Alyssa Shepard now faces several charges, including reckless homicide. The kids were crossing the street to get on their school bus when Shepard's truck hit them. She told police she saw lights but did not realize they were from a bus until the kids were in front of her. RTV6's Kelsey Anderson is in Fulton County, and we'll have more on the impacts of the case coming up at the top of the hour.
At 4:32 this morning, a man is accused of stabbing his mother to death in Speedway, and he's in custody now with a gunshot wound. Officers were called out to a report of a shooting right in the heart of downtown Indianapolis around 6:45 yesterday evening. This was at Pennsylvania and Maryland. That's where they found 39-year-old Vincent Edge, who had been shot in the leg. Investigators had been looking for Edge after his mother was found dead in a home on White Horse Road on Sunday. As of this morning, it's still not clear who shot him. Well, the woman accused of slapping a child with disabilities on a school bus has been ordered to serve jail time.
An attorney released this video of the incident. Francella Van Fossen was also sentenced to 10 days in jail, community service, and fines. According to court documents, she was working as a Noblesville school bus aide when she slapped a 10-year-old girl on a bus in May. The report says the girl has a brain injury, so she uses a special wheelchair and needs help with basic needs. The mother of a teen who killed himself inside a Richmond school in December is now facing multiple felony charges in connection with the incident. 43-year-old Mary York is charged with 6 felonies, including dangerous control of a child and 5 counts of neglect of a dependent, as well as a misdemeanor charge of criminal recklessness. York called police on December 13th to warn them her 14-year-old son intended to open fire at Dennis Intermediate School. Police and the teen exchanged gunfire before he turned the gun on himself.
It is 4:34. Services are set for an Indiana State Trooper who was killed in a crash on Friday night. Visitation for Trooper Peter Steffen will be held this Thursday from 2 to 8 at Crossroads Community Church in Kokomo. The funeral service will be held Friday morning at 11 o'clock at the same church. This morning, a squad car is still on display outside of the State Police Post in Tippecanoe County, where you can pay your respects. It's covered with flowers and notes of condolences, which one fellow trooper says means a lot.
It's great to see. It's great to have that support. We don't always have that support, but unfortunately, times like this, we get a lot of support, and it's nice because doing what he did and doing what we do, it's tough at times, but Bo was always there, to step up and answer that call.
Investigators say that Trooper Steffen was driving to assist another trooper when his car went off Old State Road 25 and crashed. He's survived by a wife and a 5-month-old daughter.
Indianapolis Public Schools is making a change to ensure all students have a fair shot at good grades, resources, and future opportunities. The new superintendent of IPS is making racial equity a priority and held a day-long summit on the topic on Monday. Teachers and students watched a documentary called True Justice, Brian Stevenson's Fight for Equality, to open the discussion. A panel was also held at the event for students to ask questions. One of the major goals was to give teachers the knowledge they need to discuss these topics in the classroom.
Equality is where, for instance, you give every child the same book. But if every child can't read that book, then equity comes in where you make sure that you give children what they need.
School officials say they are trying to keep the conversation going as it is always evolving.
At 4:36, the project to Keep and Dancing takes a step forward today. Work will start to update the electronic artwork sign here on Mass Ave. The current piece will be removed and replaced with a new structure, and over the next few weeks, the changes will be made to the plaza on Indianapolis's Cultural Trail, where Ann struts her stuff. The new components will be installed later this fall. The Cultural Trail raised more than $200,000 in donations donations earlier this year to fund the project. We all love Ann.
City and community leaders are working together to prevent gun violence by encouraging people to turn over their weapons. One organization helping to put together a gun buyback program is Violence Free Living. The group works with people who make violent decisions and helps them get on a different path. The founder of the organization says if you want a safer city, it's important to do your part.
Well, I think everybody in the community needs to be involved. I think all the nonprofit organizations that want to help reduce the crime in the city should definitely be there helping the city out. I think that it's very powerful the more people that are there.
The gun buyback will trade cash for guns. The event was originally scheduled for Saturday, but city leaders say the response from groups wanting to get involved has been so strong, they've postponed so more organizations can take part.
Well, if you and your family need flu shots, another low-cost clinic will be held today. It goes from 9 o'clock this morning until noon at the Indiana Chin Baptist Church along Madison Avenue on the south side. It's one of several clinics hosted this month by the Marion County Health Department. Shots are $20 for people ages 2 and older and free for kids under the age of 2.
The stage is set for the 4th Democratic primary debate tonight. Coming up, the topics candidates are preparing for in the first debate since the impeachment inquiry.
And Taco Bell is not serving beef in some locations after a recall. Still ahead, what's wrong with this key ingredient in the taco? Alyssa.
And we are starting cool today with those temperatures in the 40s, 30s in some locations. We'll warm into the 70s this afternoon with sunshine to start, then clouds and changes roll in overnight. I'll have the details coming up.
Test drive at Honda of Fishers.
Welcome back. It is 4:41 here on your Tuesday, and here's a live look right now. I-69 at the I-465 ramp. So you can see those orange barrels blocking some of the travel lanes, but traffic is not slowed down by this construction at all at this time. So we'll keep an eye on this spot on the northeast side and keep you updated.
Here's a look at some stories making national headlines today. A new rule is now being implemented for immigrants. It prevents undocumented immigrants from getting a green card if they receive certain public benefits for more than 12 months within a 3-year period. This does not include government assistance that protects children and pregnant women. Immigration programs for refugees are also exempt from the rule. There are also exemptions for victims of human trafficking and domestic violence.
Prosecutors say they will announce a new charge against Cuba Gooding Jr. during his arraignment today. The Oscar-winning actor is charged with forcible touching and sex abuse after allegedly groping a woman at a New York bar. Gooding denies those charges.
The 4th Democratic presidential debate will be held tonight in Ohio. It will be the most crowded stage yet, 12 candidates on one night. The 3 early frontrunners, Joe Biden and Senators Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, will hope to maintain their edge as several other candidates push to close the gap in the polls. ABC's Rachel Scott is in Westerville, Ohio with more.
In Westerville, Ohio, the stage is set, and it's the biggest in presidential primary history. 12 candidates on a single stage for tonight's Democratic debate. That's 2 more than the last time around. Senator Kamala Harris telling me this weekend that supersized lineup will come at a cost.
I don't think as much that can be talked about in a serious way.
The 3 early frontrunners will be center stage. Senator Bernie Sanders will return back to the spotlight after suffering a heart attack. But before he steps back into the ring, the senator making his case for why he deserves the progressive vote over Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Well, Elizabeth, I think, as you know, has said that she is a capitalist through her bones. I'm not.
Mayor Pete Buttigieg also taking a dig at Warren, saying her push for Medicare for all amounts to a proposal that's, quote, my way or the highway. But looming over tonight's debate, the battle over impeachment. Democrats escalating their attacks on President Trump after he asked both Ukraine and China to investigate Joe Biden and his son Hunter, who had business dealings there while his father was vice president. Hunter announcing he will step down from his board position at a Chinese-backed company.
Why is he just now making the decision to step down from the board of a Chinese-backed company?
No one has indicated of any consequence that anything was done wrong or illegally by me or by my son.
And that is one big wild card for tonight, if Joe Biden will get questions about his son's business dealings and if his rivals will criticize him for it. Rachel Scott, ABC News, Westerville, Ohio.
And coming up on Good Morning America, Amy Robach sits down with Hunter Biden in an exclusive interview. Hunter, Joe Biden's son, has been a focal point in the political firestorm for his former position on the board of a Ukrainian gas company. She met with him over the weekend at his home in Los Angeles, and no questions were off limits. Again, you can see the exclusive interview at 7 o'clock this morning on Good Morning America.
At 4:44, President Trump's former top Russia advisor, Fiona Hill, testified in the impeachment inquiry for more than 10 hours on Monday. In the closed-door deposition, she raised concerns about Rudy Giuliani's role in the foreign policy towards Ukraine. Giuliani serves as Trump's personal lawyer. She says that Giuliani pushed for the removal of the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine and for Ukraine to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden. President Trump allegedly made the same request, which sparked the impeachment inquiry.
The U.S. has imposed new sanctions on Turkey over the country's attacks into northern Syria. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and Vice President Mike Pence announced the sanctions at the White House. President Trump spoke with the president of Turkey, asking him to stop the invasion, enact an immediate ceasefire, and begin negotiations with Kurdish forces in Syria. Trump authorized the sanctions with an executive order to raise steel tariffs by 50% and cut off trade negotiations. The attacks in Syria have killed hundreds and allowed for some ISIS prisoners held there to run free.
Taco Bell will be missing a major ingredient today because of a recall. The restaurant chain is recalling 2.3 million pounds of seasoned beef. The beef supplier, Kenosha Beef International in Columbus, Ohio, issued a recall after concern the meat could be contaminated with metal shavings. Taco Bell says the beef was removed from locations across 21 states. The restaurant chain is now working with the supplier and the USDA to fix the problem. It is 4:45 here on our Tuesday, and let's check in with Alyssa Donovan and see what it feels like outside.
And it's a little bit cool this morning to start. We are in the 40s and 30s at many locations. 44 degrees right now in Indianapolis, Kokomo at 38, Bloomington at 39. And a lot of us are seeing these clear skies this morning. That's helped us cool way down overnight. We have a little bit of high clouds here in Indianapolis, but a lot of that's going to clear out this morning. And then we're actually going to see those clouds increase as we head through the day. And that's because we have those clear skies this morning on the radar. But off to our west, we do have this cold front building. So high pressure has been in control. That's kept us clear. But then those changes are coming in later today. They're also going to bring us the potential of showers and thunderstorms overnight. So as you head out the door this morning, those temperatures will be in the low 40s at many spots. So it is going to be a cool start. You're going to want a light jacket as you head out the door. And then we are going to continue to see those clear skies throughout the midday hour. Temperatures climbing into the low 60s. So we're climbing quickly with those temperatures as we see that sunshine. And then that's when we start to see those changes moving into the west by the afternoon. We'll start to see a lot more cloud coverage this afternoon, and then we'll see the potential of some light showers by the early afternoon and evening hours before we start to see the bulk of that system move through overnight. We are going to see the potential of some thunderstorms with that system as well. Now, a lot of the activity looks like it's going to be to the south and into the southeast areas. We're looking at maybe a quarter inch of rainfall and then some heavier rainfall in those areas that do see those thunderstorms. Not expecting strong or severe weather at this time, but of course, we'll keep an eye on that for you. That's going to move very quickly. So as we head into Wednesday morning, things are going to be cleared out. We could see a stray shower in the early morning hours, but likely we are going to see a dry day tomorrow, but a cooler day. Temperatures will start again in the 40s, and then our highs will only reach the 50s tomorrow morning with that passing cold front, and then we'll start a bit of a warming trend. We'll climb a little bit each day until we're above average by the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, into the upper 70s, and that's when we do have the potential of some showers and thunderstorms once again. So today, starting in the 40s, we're going to see some breezy conditions throughout the day. Those gusts up to 25 miles per hour at times as that cold front starts to push in. Then we'll start to see a little bit more cloud coverage this afternoon, and then by the evening and overnight hours, that's when we have the potential of those showers and storms moving through. Most of us will not even notice those because they're going to happen overnight while we're sleeping. Mostly cloudy for your Wednesday, again starting in the 40s, only climbing into the low 50s by the afternoon tomorrow. So it's going to be a much much cooler day. Get outside today and enjoy it because we are going to see those warmer temperatures, and then we start a bit of a warming trend as we head into the weekend. Temperatures will be up into the low 70s, and then we are going to see those chances of showers possible again next week.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. We're keeping a close eye on traffic this morning, and here's a live look at I-65 and 56th Street on the northwest side, where we do have construction in the northbound and southbound lanes of the interstate. Just watch out for the orange barrels there. Traffic is still traveling up to speed. Let's take a look at our traffic now map at this hour. We have a construction project I want to tell you about. Closing Cold Spring Road, the bridge there between 30th Street and 38th Street. You'll need to avoid that spot today. Let's take a live look right now up on the north side, I-465 and North Michigan Road. You can see traffic here is moving along just fine this morning on the north side of town on both Michigan Road and your interstate. So we'll continue to keep a close eye out for any issues that might slow you down, and we'll keep you updated.
JetBlue is taking the top spot for being the nation's top airline for families. The Points Guy ranked JetBlue #1, crediting the airline for its seat comfort, unlimited free snack basket, and the ability for families to pool miles together. Southwest came in second for its free bag policy and family-friendly boarding. #3 was Hawaiian Airlines for best on-time performance. Alaska Airlines, Delta, United, and American also made the list.
Panera Bread employee is out of a job after exposing how their mac and cheese was made. The woman posted a quick clip on the social media app TikTok showing her putting a frozen pack of Panera's white cheddar mac and cheese in hot water. She then empties the bag into a bowl and serves it. The video earned nearly 950,000 views on the app. The packaging is common in many restaurants, but the woman later posted another video saying that she had been fired. A Panera spokesperson responded saying the company does not comment on personnel matters, but that the meals are shipped frozen so they can leave out certain preservatives.
I mean, are we that shocked that Panera's not a Michelin restaurant?
Right.
So, I mean.
And it's fast, so
and
they're
it's
not like
good.
home cooking it.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
All right, a crossing guard is given a big surprise for his 80th birthday after the break. How kids and parents celebrated him and his special message.
And it's been 7 months since baby Amaya first disappeared. New at 5 what her mother says about the difficulties she's facing as the search continues. But first,
I'm Seema Iyer, and today on Court TV, it's day 1 in a new trial. We're covering the killer girlfriend murder trial. We are live for opening statements in Wisconsin versus Ezra McCandless, a young woman who claims she killed her lover in self-defense, something prosecutors do not believe. You won't miss a moment of opening statements and key testimony in the killer girlfriend murder trial.
And don't forget, you can watch the all-new Court TV live on your mobile device by visiting CourtTV.com. We'll be right back.
And refined Atlas SE with technology.
Welcome back. We're giving you a live look right now at traffic in the downtown area. This is I-70 at the North Split, where everything is already picking up this morning. Traffic's traveling up to speed. We'll keep an eye on any crashes or delays and keep you updated.
Luxury automaker Porsche is releasing its cheapest electric car, but don't get too excited because it still costs 6 figures. The new Taycan 4S is not as powerful as the other versions, but it will cost you $50,000 less. It has a starting price of a cool $103,000. The other models, the Turbo and Turbo S, cost more than $150,000. The 4S still has Porsche's sleek design and tops out at speeds around 155 miles per hour. It's scheduled to arrive in the U.S. this spring.
A crossing guard in Illinois was given a special surprise for his 80th birthday. More than 100 people showed up to celebrate Alec Childress's birthday last week. Kids and parents threw a surprise party to thank him for his kindness and work. Even former students stopped by for the occasion. Childress has worked as a crossing guard since 2005 after retiring from a career in construction. He greets the kids every morning saying, "Peace, I gotcha." So on Thursday, the kids welcomed him with more than 100 yard signs that said, "Peace, we gotcha." Oh, I love that story.
And you know what? Those are the types of people that those kids will remember for the rest
it really makes
of their lives.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. He probably doesn't realize the type of impact he's having, but that's pretty special there.
All right. Well, as the kids are heading out to the bus stop today, heading to school, Alyssa, what do they need to wear?
Probably a light jacket this morning. It's a little cool to start. We noticed that as we walked in this morning. Temperatures are in the low 40s, some spots in the upper 30s, but we are warming quickly today. 73 degrees for our high, partly cloudy cloudy skies. We'll see those clouds increase a little bit this afternoon. That's ahead of a cold front that will bring us the potential of showers and storms overnight. Tomorrow, a much cooler day, starting again in the 40s, only climbing into the 50s by the afternoon. Then we're starting a warming trend back into the 70s by the weekend.